Hey guys, it's your all things streaming friend Bonnie, and this is the Influencer Spotlight on Binge Networks, where we bring you interesting people and stories and an inside look at what it takes to become an influencer. Today, I'm so excited to introduce you to our guest. Raven Rae is a singer, songwriter, speaker, and author whose work centers on healing, transformation, and empowerment. Through her music, visual art, and her book Butterfly Language, she explores powerful themes such as love, mental health, chronic illness, inspiration, and resilience, using creativity as a tool for advocacy and high vibrational living. Diagnosed with ulcerative colitis, Raven has redefined what it means to be a performer while navigating life with a chronic illness. Her journey has deeply shaped her artistry, leaving her to create music that reflects pain, healing, and the power of self acceptance. Songs she wishes existed when she was first diagnosed. Raven's mission is to uplift others through honest storytelling and soulful expression. Welcome to the show.
Hello, thank you so much for having me, Bonnie.
Yes, so let's hear the backstory. Tell us about Raven and how you got here.
Sure. So I've been creating since I was about 9 years old. That's when I really started writing music, just like about, fun stuff that kids write music about, I guess you could say. And then from there, I got a little bit more serious, writing and crafting like my story and what I really wanted to say. I went through a lot at a really young age. I lost my mom at 5. I was diagnosed with ulcerative colitis at 9, and then some other things in between those things that happened. So it was always kind of just like one thing after another that was happening to me, but I refused to become a victim to it. And I kind of just always tried to, no matter what was happening, just create, just keep creating and put my story into what I was creating in a way that would resonate with other people. So it started there, and then it kind of just snowballed into more self-discovery as I got older. And then you fall in love, and you you meet new friends, you meet new people, and your perspective shifts. So you write about different things, and you go through different things. So you're just able to be more reflective of those things in your art. So that's where it started for me, just like kind of really needing an outlet, and then using music and art and all of these things, writing, not just songwriting, but also writing like stories to just kind of get out of my head and put it out.
I love that. I love that you've used this for a positive expression, but I'm so sorry for all of the things that you went through and your journey and what brought you here. I can relate a little bit in that I lost my mom when I was 23, which is by no means the
Mm,
same as
I'm
5.
sorry to hear that.
Thank you. But I had a little brother who was 13, and he
Mm,
also was diagnosed with ulcerative colitis shortly after
wow.
he passed. So that's really interesting that you shared that because I'm sure there's a correlation. I'm excited to dig in and learn more about you, but I'm sure there's a correlation. Obviously, health, body, mind, spirit, it all is
Yeah.
connected. So
Yeah.
wow. Okay. So obviously, you're a pretty powerful influencer. You've had some great
Mhm.
successes. Take us on your journey of sort of your rise and how you got to where you are today.
Sure. So, it all started, I would say, with my first album, Borderline. I released that in 2019, and that was about my mental health journey. So from I would say my teenage years up until about 19, my mental illness kind of went unchecked until I started going to therapy. And in the Black community, it's not really something that was like popular to talk about. Like you don't talk about your feelings. You kind of just let them simmer down. Like what happens in the house stays in the house is kind of like what was going on at that time across like America, I would say, honestly. And honestly, just seeing across social media, like people are not talking about these things. We're bottling our feelings up, and we're not giving ourselves permission to have open and honest conversations with each other. So I kind of saw that gap in the, I guess you could say, the musical marketplace for music like that to be put out into the world. So I wrote my story, I recorded it, and I put it out, and then it got a really good reception in my city with people who were also struggling, and I got a lot of feedback from other people who were like, wow, like I didn't really realize that maybe I need to go to therapy or maybe I need to talk to someone. And it started in my community and then it kind of snowballed to everyone. Like no matter what you look like, what your race, your creed, your background is, everybody was kind of just like, yeah, like this mental health thing is becoming an epidemic and it's been one for a while. And we kind of just need to like put it in check in a way and not be afraid to express our feelings. So that's where that started for me.
That's so brave because I feel like it must have been so scary to like put it all out there. It's not like you're just writing a letter that you're going to give to your best friend and they're going to read it. They're like, "Oh, okay, honey, let's get you some help." But it's like you're putting it out there and I think that's incredible and very, very brave.
Thank you. Thank you. It wasn't as scary, I would say, because I had gone to therapy. So I think being transparent helps by first talking about those things with someone who isn't necessarily in your family because you kind of feel you just feel more expressive and like you can talk about things more and not offend anyone. And then you kind of get to a place where it's like, okay, I feel like I can share now that I've let it go. You have to heal from it in order to talk about it.
Yeah, amazing. And so did it surprise you? Like when you put it out there and there was such a warm reception in your town and where you're from, your city, like was that surprising to you or were you just like, yeah, I knew it?
It was surprising. I think whenever I create anything, my is always to help somebody in some way because you never know who's listening. But it wasn't like I was seeking to get those responses back. Like, I didn't have this secret vendetta of like, I'm gonna get all of these responses or whatever. So it was kind of just like, wow, like it really resonates with people. So I should keep making this type of music and not allow the trends, like I said, the trends or the popular things to influence my art.
Wow. Amazing. Amazing. So let's talk about where you are today. Obviously, read your bio, you've got a lot going on, but paint a picture of kind of like your day to day and what's going on in your world.
Sure. So yeah, I create every day, but my day really starts out with meditation and journaling. So I like to meditate for an hour, and then from there I will journal a little bit and kind of just like brain dump everything from the past evening up until like I get a lot of downloads while I'm sleeping. So whether it's like a song or whatever, like I'll wake up in the middle of the night and I'll kind of just get this idea and I might go back to sleep or I might write it down. But if I don't write it down in that moment, then it makes it into the next morning's journal. So I'll write about it and then usually from there I'll eat some stuff and then I kind of just like to like create and wherever my mind kind of takes me, then I'll do like some pitching for opportunities and different things like that. And then because I am chronically ill, I have to take responsibility to really take care of myself. So everybody should take care of themselves, but for people who are chronically ill, it's like a do or die thing. Like you don't have an option. You have to do it every single day consistently, or you can just get sicker. So that's something I'm really intentional about is just keeping the cortisol down, keeping the stress level down. For chronically ill people, stress makes you sick. So I have to just, that's why I meditate for so long. But that's pretty much what a day looks like for me. I am married, so we have our our kisses goodbye before he goes to work, and I'm cooking. I love to cook. We're vegan, so um, I'm usually cooking something yummy, and then kind of time for the evening, just winding down and uh, going to sleep and starting it all over again.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great point for like everybody, right? We should all do that so that we don't end up chronically ill. But you're right. Like if you have, sometimes it can be like a hidden blessing. I'm not saying it's a blessing, but like a hidden blessing can be the fact that like you're very consciously aware and you almost have an excuse. I feel like it's so hard to take care of yourself or to take time for yourself or self-care. And
Yeah.
um, it's funny because like yesterday I'm a single mom and I have two little kids and I work this very busy,
Mhm.
demanding job and we've got a big network and stress can just, we've got all these other things going on. And yesterday I was just like, shop shut, like closed my laptop. I went out to get acupuncture, a massage, like just lollygagged through the afternoon. And it was only 3 hours, but it was like, okay, I can do the world again. But I was getting really like frenetic and anxious and to your point, cortisol overload. And
Yeah.
so yeah, I love that you're spreading that message and the importance of it. I think it's incredibly important.
Thank you.
So what's next? If you had a magic wand, like what do you want to see happen?
Well, let's see. Well, I am working on new music right now, so I'm kind of in a mind web of what is next, which one, because I have about four different projects that I could release. So I'm kind of just trying to figure out which one I should release first is really. But once I figure that out, that'll be coming out shortly, some singles for the summer. But if I had a magic wand and we're talking future, I'm looking at my EGOT, working on that. So that's that's what I
Okay.
would love.
Fantastic. I love it. And what would you say to people that are interested in just like getting started, maybe have a message that they want to get out there, but they're afraid or they don't think it's possible for them? What advice would you give to those people?
Sure. I would say your frequency is your freedom. So you can create anything you want in this life, in this world, but whatever is authentic to you is what you should create. The things that are authentic to somebody else that you might want to copy are not going to resonate with you as deeply because they're not coming directly from you. So just create from that authentic place, and that's what's going to free you and get you to the next level.
Great advice. I love it. Well, gosh, we would love to have you back for a live concert at some point on our
I
platform.
love that.
Yeah, you're an amazing woman, and I'm
Thank
just
you.
so impressed with all that you've created and all that you're doing. Where can people find you if they're interested in learning more?
Yes, so I'm on Instagram at Raven Rae Official, and Raven Rae is how you spell that. And then I'm on YouTube at Raven Rae Sings.
Okay, awesome. Well, thank you, Raven, so much for being here today.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, and thank you everybody for watching. If you are a creator and you're interested in distribution on top streaming networks, you can get a complimentary consultation at bingedistribution.com. And remember, keep creating because the world needs your message. Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.